Good evening. Yo, Jack. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, random Wednesday stream because I think I have time tonight. Button. Hello. Yeah, I've said a few times I'd be checking this game out. I'm not really sure what to expect. Apparently, it nothing like Pacific Drive, but it's also kind of like semi-roguelike kind of thing. I don't know. It has driving. It has choices. I have set it so that the consequences are not shown to me. So I get to make stupid decisions and I have to live with it. So fantastic. This can only go well. Do I have everything? It'd be like Road 96. I'm not familiar with that actually. I don't think I've heard of it. I might have seen it a long time ago and it's like a screenshot, but I don't recognize it by name. But let's see what this is about. And of course, give myself a name. Difficulty level, we have narrative, balanced, or challenge. With most things that I do, I usually end up sticking with like normal mode, so I'm going to be sticking with balanced. I do only get access to the muscle car, it seems. So we'll see what this is all about. Heading Out is a game about a road trip. Listening to the radio is an essential part of it. Your answers will help us customize the radio broadcast and make the experience more personal for you. If you don't want the radio host to discuss issues you find sensitive, choose random answers. Thanks, and have fun. What are the rumors about me? First love. I mean, am I answering this about me? Or am I just picking up something I want my character to have? There's not really an option for didn't have one. Doesn't matter. Relationship status. Greatest regrets. That one night. Yeah, there's not. I mean, giving up on my dream is an obvious one. Like, going to university for 4 years and then just not going down into that industry. I don't regret it, though. I don't really have a that one night. It thinks that A stands for ally. Ally mistake. I guess I've made some dumb choices in friendships before. But this game's going to get personal now.
There's speed, a blinding glare, a car crash, the final roar of an engine dying, the pain, then you die.
Well, game over.
You wake up in your car, that dream again, the accident, it felt so real. The phantom pain of every fake injury pulsates through your body. The radio turns on by itself, snapping you back to reality. Dean Spencer's familiar voice drowns out the sound of
Are you okay, Simon?
As the Canadian Civil War enters a critical phase, the U.S. government decided today to close the Mexican border to minimize the risk.
The news is disturbing, but also somehow comforting. You've heard it before.
The Canadian
there's
Civil
no time
War,
for a break.
so the US
Thing after you
closed the Mexican
is
border.
getting
What?
closer and closer. You take
A little
deep breath.
directionally challenged.
Focus. There are two things you know for sure. First, you need to run. Never slow down. Never stop for too long. Your fears are chasing you, and once they catch you, well, that's the end of the line. Second, you've got things to do. To challenge and defeat the greatest driver alive. The legendary... what's their name again? Never mind that now. That's your goal. Now, run.
You mean drive? Outrun your fears. Alright, time to trick steer. Oh god. Yep. We trick steering. You find out their name's something like Todd. Right, you can forgive me for the bad driving at the start. I'm getting used to this and not being on Forza. Literally the first corner. I wasn't expecting it to kick out like that. Okay. Either doesn't turn much or just suddenly starts drifting. Avoid collisions with other cars. Yeah, about that. My god. This is going well. Is there anything I haven't hit? Do I take a detour? Yeah. That wasn't a drift. Yeah, this is going to take some getting used to. Cool, I can do that. Sorry. Took out your sign. I'll get used to it. It is probably also in part the fact I am driving a muscle car. You ran away! Hell yeah. Instinctively tries to drive on the left lane. It's where less traffic is.
Hold on. This is it, folks. This is the hero we always needed but never deserved. The whole city's in a state of fucking paralysis because this chick just made the grandest entrance of her life. And I don't care that
How do
you're
I honk my
also
horn?
convinced she's a dude, because that dude's a chick. Mark my words. She's like a jackalope. The interstate jackalope. Ooh, that has a nice ring to it. Hear that, American Press Association? You should hire me. Actually, no, don't. Ooh, a cookie! Guys, I just found a cookie. Been looking for you for a week, buddy.
Ew.
Oh, yeah.
Week old cookie.
Oh, mother of God. That's delicious. It's like tasting sunshine. Shut the fuck up, Chirpwood. I'm tasting sunshine.
Interesting. Oh god. Escape your demons. Perfect. Okay, didn't use any revives. Uncatchable. Alright, well, I made it through. That's liver failure. A cookie?
You stopped by the side of the road trying to calm your breath. They didn't get you, not this time.
Ooh, if I need
That
to
name you?
move my camera down, let me know.
Interstate Jackalope? If
You can
only
read it
she
at the
knew you're
moment,
running from more than
just.
just cops. Memories, disappointments, things that should have mattered but didn't. Like your first love.
Oh, I see. Now you're using just literally the three things that I picked. It's just like, yep. Slap things together.
It could have been a beautiful memory, but instead,
Didn't
it
happen.
feels like you've lost something. For others, it's huge. For you, it wasn't. It came and went.
Yeah, camera's in a fine place at the
But it
moment.
is what it is. Time to go.
Your journey starts here. And I had to get down to Texas. No, that's not Texas, that's Louisiana. Just about spotted the LA. That's a little faded. Your fear is chasing you. Don't let it reach you. Okay, you can explore the city to unlock additional city action. Or rest or repair. Okay. See what's here. Drive-in wedding.
You meet them wandering around an abandoned drive-in theater. An eccentric rock star and her girlfriend, a new wave poet. The more talented half, some say. You know them from the news. Sex scandals, drugs, great music and gigs escalating into full-blown anti-war riots. There's a wedding underway. You see the priest, the grandma, and a few friends. A lone wanderer would make a splendid ring bearer, says the rock star. The poet looks hesitant, scared even. It's clear none of this was her idea. Sure, she's in love, but marriage? Here? Now?
Right, so do I want to let her get married even though she obviously doesn't want to? Or just steal her? I think for real, I'd probably be too shy to do either. I'd probably just leave. What's more fun? Steal someone. Yeah, I mean, she's being stolen from the people that want her there, but she herself doesn't want to be there. So, sure, we'll go hang out for a day. You gained positive reputation. Increasing your reputation will make people in cities more likely to help you and unlock occasional story choices. Traveling takes time and costs money. Tell me about it. You can encounter different things on your way. Story events, radio broadcast, or road races. When ready, choose your next destination. Selecting a road with the left stick, pressing A. All right. I mean, do you guys want to pick which way I go? I can go to Illinois. I've got 2 conversations and a radio broadcast, or I can go to Indiana with 1 radio broadcast on the 69. On the 69. Do we content or do we nice? Looked up prices of airplane tickets to Malmo. I mean, they're going to be kind of expensive if you're looking up for like July now. It's only like a month and a half away. You know, it's better looking sort of February time. Let's take the 80. Control your speed on map. Press RT to accelerate. Wait. I'm not actually driving there, I'm just watching the screen drive? The wanted level rises from fast driving, road races, and police chases. You can lower it by crossing a state line. I need to keep an eye on my fuel as well. Hold LT to stop and hide from the police. Okay. Glimpse from the road, his own
You
funeral.
meet Jake next to an immobilized Greyhound bus. When he asks for a ride to his own funeral,
Yeah, I
he
assume so.
emphatically refuse. His foster parents just about tolerated him. They didn't even notice when he ran away 3 weeks ago. When a hiker discovered a little person's body completely mauled by a bear, everyone assumed it was him. Jake offers you his driver's license. Don't need it anymore since I'm dead and all. Still need cash though. It'll take a bit of work to fake it, but you're pretty sure the cops will fall for it.
I can buy it, but it says reputation too high. Manipulate Jake into gifting you the license, but that's... I can't. Oh, that would have been my option if I had lower reputation. I mean, I'm sure I've already got a driver's license by the fact that I'm driving. Or if I'm driving without one, I don't really care about it, so... He needs cash. And I've got 18 bucks. And I'm going to need fuel at some point. I don't think I will. I need to keep my eye on this just in case there's more police. Take care of your focus or you might fall asleep behind the wheel. Plan your rest in cities ahead. You know?
Somerset. Doreen Somerset. Okay. On the air, 1212. Mic on. Air on. Steaming black cup of coffee with 2 sugars within reach. Alrighty. Quick and painless. Here we go. Hello, folks. Joylene Somerset, and you are listening to Simple Living FM. Looking for house maintenance tips? Won't find them here. Business advice? Not from me. Hope to hear one of my cooking lessons. You are too late for that.
Yeah, Ventilla, how
But
you
if you
doing?
want to know personal details from a middle-aged woman's life going through a divorce, well, then you, my friend, have tuned into the right place. And if you suck a stick around, then
You all right? Good to hear. Recently came back to... I saw you were streaming Burnout the other day. I know Demo's been playing it as well recently. Almost got a PB though. Nice. I should probably boot the game up again at some point. Glimpse from the road. It's a trap. Yeah, welcome to a driving game without much driving.
The man was lying on the road, seemingly unconscious. You stopped to help, but it was a trap. Give me your money, motherfucker, the guy yells, waving a baseball bat around. Right now! Nixter, get your ass up. Enough with the drama. Damn meth heads. And just like
Oh, you
that,
came
the
back 'cause you
bluffers
did?
aren't bluffing anymore. Now he really is sick. The guy who threatened you now begs for help. He'll give you their daily haul. The hospital, please, he chokes out. I think he's dying. The baseball bat drops to the ground. It'd be easy to give them a taste of their own medicine.
I mean, he actually is sick. They tried to rob him. There is, be a complete dick. Be slightly less of a dick, but look after myself. Don't be a dick, but potentially get killed for doing so. I don't think the game would throw getting killed that early at me. Overdoses can be a bitch. I'm leaning towards help them. I don't want to pick rob them. Like, sure, I probably could do with the money later on, but there'll be other ways that I'll get that. I'm thinking of this too much like a game and not like a moral quandary. For legal reasons, I wouldn't know. I won't be a dick. I get $8 for it. My fear is catching up, though. Well, you $11 if you take this to Nashville. It's 2 stops south from here. $11. Got $21. Sure. We're going south, I guess. That takes us pretty close to our goal. I could probably take a trip like way out to like Oregon and then back down again. Take 1 hour and apparently costs nothing. Is that like a... No. Never mind, I clicked it. I was hoping I could click on the icon and see what that meant. Maybe I just get like 1 free repair each time. Oh no, it's reputation. The reputation icon. Oh, I'm gonna have to... Shit. My fear is... Yeah, that's a problem. But my fear is chasing me, so I need to go down to wherever this is, St. Louis. Then the fear is probably going to come and go across that. So I'd need to go down to Memphis, at which point the fear is probably going to come down here. I don't know if I can actually get here. But I definitely can't go that way. I'm too scared to go to Indianapolis. I guess we gotta... I'll take it down to here. See what the fear does. If it ends up over this one, I'll have to go down to here. If it's still chasing me, then I've just got to, like, keep going south, I guess. That surely it's going to, like, follow me up here and try and, like... It's not just going to spread out from here. Because otherwise, why give me the option of going all over here to try and get back to here? Because this would just spread super quickly. I need to rest, though. How do I rest here? Go down to Bloomington. The focus is definitely dropping. Kind of tense just looking at a map. Yeah, I can rest here. Glimpse from the road. Truckers.
Hustle and bustle.
It does have
Clouds of
driving
steam
as well,
smoke,
just only for
roaring
certain
engines, the
sections.
smell of oil, cheap beer, and good grill. You
The
used to
majority
love
of the
these
gameplay
places.
seems to be
No wonder you
choices
immediately
and
found a common language with three
driving
truckers
by the map.
occupying the nearby table.
I do still have to kind of drive. I don't have to steer, but I still have to, like, choose between whether I want to drive faster and use up more fuel and more focus, or slow down, conserve fuel a little bit. I've got to stop for police when they show up. There's a little bit of driving element, but it's not like actively you're steering your way down the road. There are sections like that as well, though. It's not just staring at a map like this. Truckers.
But one of them is drunk and quickly starts taunting you. You know his type. Works too hard, doesn't earn enough, and thinks badly of himself. Is it really worth getting into a fight?
No. Okay, I could spend $10 for 7 hours, or $10 for 4 hours. I think I'll spend the $10. If your fear reaches you from behind, you'll have the chance to beat it in a fear race. If it reaches your city of destination before the goal, or your goal before you, you'll lose the run. Yeah, and it's spreading down. Okay, looks like I'm actually driving. Time to wreck into a bus. Don't stray from the road. So I've got to just make sure that the fear meter at the top doesn't fill up. Of course, when I say that, it disappears. So is the game loud enough?
Look where you're going! You're gonna kill somebody!
Anxiety simulator. And inducer. You ran away.
The headquarters of California's KCDQ-FM is still occupied by the famed radio host J.C. Leonard. As previously reported, Leonard has stormed the KCDQ building, locked himself inside the studio, and has been broadcasting a vulgar comedy show called Meltdown FM. Guns were initially reported, but we have not been able to confirm if Leonard has taken hostages or...
Even the road sign just says don't look back.
In recent years, J.C. Leonard has become one of the most popular radio personalities in the country, awarded with 2 Golden Microphone Awards. He disappeared from public life 3 weeks ago after an on-air mental breakdown during which he confessed to drug abuse, pornography addiction, sodomy, marital infidelity, and hatred towards dogs.
You gats. That last one was the worst. Hey. Style could have been better. Could have drifted more. That doesn't reset the fear. Ah. You gain the next fame level. Increasing your fame level lets you race for... Very loud motorbike going past. Lets you race for higher rewards and unlock occasional story choices. Seems dormant for now. I mean, it's still there. I guess because it's not bright red. I still don't think I can go back somewhere it's already consumed. And I'm pretty sure by the time I get to Memphis, Nashville's going to be gone. I think I just need to keep going south. So I thought this game was going to end up being a stream where I just do one playthrough, but I might end up doing more than one if it's going to be just a straight drive south. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Focus is decent though. Out for police. Man, we could have taken the 69 though. Glimpse from the road. Fuel share.
An old pickup parked on the roadside and the driver leaning on it have both seen better days. At first sight, you can see that they're waiting far too long for a Samaritan that'll help them with some gasoline. If you share with this poor bastard, there's a risk you'll soon find yourself in the same position.
I'd be inclined to, because I am pretty close to a city. I'd assume I can refill there. Expensive. But $9. Maybe he'll give me a little bit. Reputation will go up. I don't see a fuel gauge though. Yeah, so I can choose to drive faster here, but it gives me less reaction time when the police show up. Game over. My fear caught me.
Open your eyes and see this girl, beautiful and eerie, dancing around.
I
you
waited
in
2
complete
hours.
Silence. Or maybe it's that only you can't hear the music. You try to move but can't. The girl just smiles at you when you try to speak.
I didn't have the time to
Finally,
spare.
you hear something, but it's not the music the girl's dancing to. It's something different. You recognize it. You've heard it before. Suddenly, she closes the gap between you two. You should be afraid, but you're not. She kisses you gently on the chin and whispers, "We'll meet again. Soon."
You helped the poet run away from her own wedding. You didn't buy the driver's license from Jake. You decided to help 2 drug addicts who jumped you, and then you drove them to a hospital. You avoided the fight by running away from the truckers. You gave the gas to a stranger. Race avoiding wedding crusher. You had better things to do than race with random people. I didn't get an offer to race with random people. I lost. You helped the bride run from her wedding. 15 total drifts. $10 spent on motels. Right, we go again. Is this Microsoft Recall? I need to be more mindful of the choices that I'm making. So I could see that it said my fear was like 1 hour away, but it also said that it was dormant. So I took that as it's not a threat right now, and when it turns bright red, it'll become a problem again. Looks like it's still catching me, so I need to make sure that I don't waste more time than I've got running away from fear.
Think about that for a sec.
Try again.
This guy could have killed a child, or worse, a cop. He raced through a dense neighborhood, ignoring all signs and speed limits, risking disaster. Disaster! It's a miracle no one has died. And what are the media doing? Oh, they love him. They even gave him a groovy nickname. The guy's a would-be murderer, not a champion. Don't call him the interstate jackalope. Use something more fitting.
You don't know that I might be a
How
murderer.
about the liberal road rage? Hippie psycho, commie roadhog, red menace? Either way, Steve is here for you, dear listeners. I will be tracking this psychopath and recording his deeds. This loony must be caught and brought to justice. He has to pay.
Said I was interested in running Pacific Drive. I'm interested in doing the glitchless category, which there have been runs of now. It's just, that's a long run. And it's a lot to learn, and it's a lot to go wrong because of how random everything is. I've done offline runs of like the first roughly half to 2/3 of the game, and it's taken about 4.5 hours. Which is about the time, I think the world record is like 5.5 or something like that. So I need to actually sit down and watch that and see what they did differently to get the end game stuff done on top of what I've done in basically the same amount of time. But it's something I am still interested in doing. It's just not super high priority right now. I'm just sort of letting it tick over and just sort of playing it every now and then. I can't do short run. No, I can't apparently. I tried in January coming back to Soma and then just... I don't know, my PC started having some weird issues where I can't stream or record a consistent frame rate. And it's not a performance issue. Like, I have, not to boast, enough performance for basically anything I could want to stream. But for some reason OBS just stutters. Like every few seconds there's just a bunch of missing frames and it's really ugly, and it's also kind of a grey area for some runs if I'm wanting verification. I don't want to put up runs that have these like weird stutters and things in. Which is why like I'm into my 6th month now, I think, of doing casual plays. Sort of getting through the backlog of a bunch of games. Are we still going to the same place? We are. Cool. Guess I'm taking the 69 this time. I can explore if I want to rest or repair. I'm not going to be resting or repairing, so I think from here I'm just going to stay ahead of the fear this time, try and make some ground. And drive a little faster. Watching out for police. Ooh, a road race. Give you $11 if you can get me. $11. But wasting time. I think for this run, I'll try and just make it to the end. Just so I can say I have technically finished it. And then I'll do some other sort of like weird stuff around that. I will not race you this time.
Mr. J.C. Leonard. Can't tell you how much that guy gets on my nerves. Cheated on his wife repeatedly, gambling, drinking, drugs, the whole shebang. And now he thinks if he confesses every bad thing he's ever done on air, that he'll somehow make it okay. I know I did horrible things, but I acknowledge it, so I can't be such a bad person after all, right? Besides, one woman stuck around, so I couldn't have hurt all these other women that much. Truth is, I see my ex in him. Pathetic little man. Heard he barricaded himself in his radio station and the police are trying to get to him. Sounds like justice to me.
Fear is 7 hours behind me. Focus is dropping. I can rest here. Last time it gave me the option of resting for a full 7 hours. I probably don't want to do that this time. My fear will just kill me in my sleep. Exploring is going to take some time as well. I think I've got the focus to do one more stop. Which is just going to be down to Louisville. I'm almost ending up where I wanted to be last time, except I don't have the package to deliver. I'll I'll do one more drive.
And we're back to Send a Song. Diani, you're on air.
Hi, my name is Danny, and I'm 20 years old, and I would love to dedicate this song to the lovely driver from the news.
Thank you.
Mr. Jackalope, if you're
I hope you have good
listening,
taste.
I know that you have a big fan here in Ellesmere, Delaware. I'm a secretary at an advertising company and a BDSM amateur.
Oh my.
I love poetry, dogs,
Two very different
and
things.
pole dancing. I'm a Leo. Roar. I can invite you to my apartment here in Ellesmere and show you my whip collection. But yeah, I'd also like to visit your love wagon, if you know what I mean.
But how do you know he's single?
Call it a hunch.
Couldn't possibly be because that was an answer I gave at the start. I can't rest here. My focus is kind of low. That's concerning. I have money. Car condition is absolutely fine. I guess we head on to Nashville. Keeping an eye on my focus, but also keeping an eye out for police. There's absolutely no hotels in Louisville. Nope, none at all. Glimpse from the road, recognize.
Suddenly and unexpectedly, you feel exhausted. Your vision gets blurry and you end up driving into a picket fence. The world is shaky, so getting out of the car isn't easy. Your head is killing you.
I pushed it too far.
A woman standing on her porch recognizes you immediately. It's that intricate antelope. You try to deny it, but she's not having any of it. Mr. Landry, her favorite radio host, gave clear instructions on how to identify your car. She screams for her husband, George, and oh boy, George emerges with a shotgun. They're about to call the police. You could pay these people and try to resolve this, or you could just run.
Do I run out of money? Do I just end up crashing off the road as soon as I try and drive again? Because running is going to use up some focus. Guess I just have to chance. What, $12? $12 will, I do need money to sleep as well. Did he just shoot me? Just in the background, just like, too slow. Plus, oh, police chase. With low focus. Oh no. Imagine bribing someone with $10. Like, this'll fix your fence, right? Oh, fantastic. My God, my eyes are closing. Survive the chase until the song ends. Yep, that's how the world works. Or gain escape points. Buy yourself a coffee.
Hey, are you blind? This driver's a lunatic. A really talented lunatic.
A really talented lunatic. Why, thank you. I can almost see where I'm going.
Holy crap! Gotta respect those driving skills.
You hear that? Gotta respect those driving skills. Ain't no trig steer here. Even if I am falling asleep at the wheel.
Stand down. He got away.
You're listening to Rainbow Revolution, your favorite pirate radio station with your
You're never gonna
favorite
see that
host,
again.
Me, Riley. I'm like the best host there is. For real. How do I know that? I checked. All the others will bore you
All
to
trig
death.
swerve.
Oh, we're gonna have a good time.
Trig
together.
drift.
We can talk about anything. There's only one rule: no bullshit. So get ready. Mama's gonna pull your guts out and feed them to the Chihuahua. It's time for a revolution, assholes.
Trig controlled oversteer. Hey, I said no trig steer. Only 70. I want to stop fear for 3 hours, gain focus, or gain fame. I'm not doing anything with fame right now. I'm sure this will be the one time where I do want fame, and it's like game over. You ran out of fame somehow. I've got 7 hours on fear. Put that up to 10. That gives me more time to rest when I get to the end of this drive. If there's a hotel. I can gain focus. I don't know how much focus. Or I can choose nothing. I'm not choosing nothing. I think I'm doing okay on fear. I'll choose the focus. Damn Steve Landry. He's demonizing you. On Nashville. Yeah, your police wanted level also goes down when you cross a state line, which is nice. I can rest here. 8 hours behind now. I haven't explored anywhere yet, so now's probably a good time. Christine and Paul.
You bump into him by accident as you get out of the car and step onto the sidewalk. The man gets pissed, blowing the whole thing out of proportion. Are you blind? You can't park here. It's a sidewalk, you moron. A sidewalk.
Side
The
park.
wife tries to calm him down as they walk away. You notice something shiny on the ground and pick it up. It's a very old-fashioned heart-shaped locket with 2 photos inside. It's that couple, no doubt about that. You'd get good money for it. He should have been nicer, right?
I mean, I did park on a sidewalk. It's kind of justified that a pedestrian gets angry when you park in a space that you're not really supposed to. That is a one-of-a-kind thing, though. It says you get good money for it. I guess, like, melting it down for materials, because it's kind of a sentiment. It's engraved. Like, that reduces its value. Giving it back. Buy items. My car condition is fine. Cigarettes increase my focus. Interesting. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I can rest for 4 hours. High levels of realism. So I can go this way. Either way, I've got one radio broadcast. I can get... Is the dollar for... Is that for the races, or... I think I'm just avoiding the races this time. I'm just sort of... I'm close to the end. Take the 65. Police aren't too interested in me yet. Barely slipped by them.
She drove into a picket fence? Come on. Everyone could get, I don't know, dizzy if, like, the entire state police department was on your ass. And that old hag calling that cock-nosed, dickwad dipshit's radio station.
Excuse me?
Oh, I'm Mr. Landry. Thank you for calling, Mrs. Old Hag. You're just like my wife, Fanny. She cooks me these heterosexual clams for breakfast. And goodness gracious, I love having my wife in the kitchen so much, I'm gonna come all over the clams. Man, screw him.
What?
And his wife. And that old hag who told on our jackalope, obviously. Just slap the picket fence together, woman. Don't ask your husband for help. Use your own fucking hands. Fuck.
I mean, I'm sure all the pieces of the fence are still there. It's just reassembling it. Like a jigsaw puzzle with nails. GTA levels of radio podcasts. Chill race. Is a race ever chill?
Your journey is quiet for a change. The road ahead is clear of any dangers. The weather is nice. You can forget your worries and enjoy the ride while listening to the radio broadcasts. Sounds tempting, doesn't it?
You want music or talk radio? I'm taking the race. What interests you guys more? Music only. Alrighty. Thousand Lakes. I was looking at the timer and almost immediately went off the road. I like the blood red northern lights. I swear this car's become easier to drive now just on its own merit after that initial drive. Maybe the fence helped. Forget what I said. Also, where's the music? Definitely the cigarettes. I didn't pick any cigarettes. Denial. And the driving in this is actually surprisingly good for a game which doesn't have that much driving in it. It doesn't feel tacked on. Car's definitely got some weight to it. Go on, let's take a detour. How a race is supposed to lower my wanted level? No, me neither. I mean, I'm just using this to keep the fear at bay for a little bit longer. I was so close. I should have not taken this route. That wasn't me. It took control away from me. Worst has happened, and the world just keeps on fucking spinning. Yes, you can break the car. The car is apparently in mint condition, though. Okay. Stop the fear for 4 hours. I can gain focus back. Or I can reduce my wanted level. Where is my wanted level? It's at 0. I'll keep the fear at bay for a little bit longer. Yeah, so top right, you can see the car condition. You're out of money. You can try to reason with the owner or run and face the consequences. Ah. It won't let me pick Persuade. Apparently my reputation is too good to just be like, I'm a good guy, really. You know, just this once, could you let me? I'll pay you back. Now, apparently you can only do that if you're not a nice person. Due to your low profile, you managed to stay undetected. Yay! Okay, this run, it's gone completely the opposite. It's just given me everything this time. So, I have the option of shorter drive, but I need to do 2 drives. Or 1 long drive and I'm at the end. Focus is good, car condition's good. I have 98 cents. Go for the long one. Looking out for police because my notoriety is quite high. No! Lose an hour by pulling over. Or I can surprise them by trying to escape, making the chase easier to win. There's lose an hour and still end up in a chase that's more difficult. Or just run and... Yeah, just run. Opponents 3. Thank you for telling me this. Fatal crash. No! It's the first revive I've needed. Alright, well, I've died twice now. Well, I've lost to fear once and died once. Ah. Ah! Hello? Yeah, this all started going terribly. I was not doing too well. Oh. Nice try. Hey. See ya. Nice physics. I got police bashing points, even though I... Hey. Stop hitting me. No. No, the fear. You escaped. Okay. That went well. All right, place your bets. What damage have I done to my car? 2%. 50.
They're listening right now, along with 3 million other Americans. A proud white American with a gun and strong conservative views. That's who I am, you left-wing scum. Your worst nightmare.
Did they get permission to use Alex Jones on this? That was not so good. I escaped. That only did 2 ticks off my car. What? Okay, apparently I'm fine.
I heard about the interstate jackalope left without paying. Last time I did that? Let me check my calendar. Oh, yeah.
Okay, Twitch just
Never.
disconnected.
Look, I'm sorry, but theft is wrong. Plain wrong, however you look at it. I'm not
You weren't listening to what the radio guy said.
devout person per
That
se,
particular radio
but my
personality
daughter
just sounds
would
exactly like
absolutely
Alex
die
Jones.
laughing at me for saying that because, you know, she wants to get under my skin. She calls me Saint Mother No Joy. And it's true, my family has never missed church on Sunday. And it's only natural to believe in something. But then again, my
Exactly the
religious
same kind of
feeling
like
is just
ridiculous conspiracy
wrong.
theory
Gotta be
talking
smarter
points
than
and
that
stuff.
jackalope.
Same kind of accent. Very obviously based on him. Fear is miles behind. Crash. Is that an instruction?
The crash must have happened only minutes ago. The driver managed to crawl out of the wreck, barely alive. Now he looks at you in pain. You crouch down next to him. One doesn't have to be a doctor to understand he's dying. He reaches towards you. Susie, he whispers, coughing up blood. Clearly,
I'm not
he's
Susie.
mistaking you for somebody else. Please, you have to forgive me. You have no clue who Susie is or what he did to her. What you do know is that these are his final moments.
I mean, I've got 10 hours and I'm on the last drive of the section, so I think I can waste some time. I forgive you. My focus is getting kind of low. $13 a weight if I can win. I mean, I do kind of need the money. Fine. I don't know if I still need fuel on the last city. Sophia and Corey. Yeah, I think the radio is just there as like random snippets that kind of loosely follow what you've been up to. It just adds to like the random generation of, or the randomness of a playthrough. It's not the same without my novelty horns from Forza. How did you do that? I drove faster and went beside you. At least these turns are sort of nice and wide, so I'm not drifting everywhere. Most exciting thing of my life, and it's like miles behind. That went well. He'll buff out.
If I win, I can make the news, right? That'd be cool. Okay, I admit it. You know how to drive. You win.
Yay, $13. Let me find this race actually took like 24 hours. The fear has consumed me.
We bring you a report regarding the interstate jackalopes chase straight from our hotline. One local spotted the fugitive robbing a gas station and getting away with incredible speed. The witness
Hey, I didn't realize I was going to run out of money, okay?
authorities, but the officers weren't able to get there on time. The case of the mysterious interstate jackalope continues to grip the nation and resonate all over the country, causing Americans to question the efficiency of our law enforcement. The police struggle to apprehend the interstate jackalope as one man proves to be simply too fast to catch. Dean Spencer, TN Daily.
I think it's my lowest style so far. Uncatchable. Yay, money. Oh, low on focus. Well, I made it. To start street racing IRL.
As you drive up to the meeting spot, you're almost surprised to find someone actually waiting for you in this forgotten corner of the world. You can't see the driver, but the car seems familiar. It's probably the same model as yours. Good. The duel will be fair. The greatest driver
It's
alive?
Tanner.
Well, not for long, you tell yourself with a smile. Suddenly, the opponent rushes forward. The race is on.
Beat the best driver alive. While on the verge of falling asleep. Fantastic. And with fear breathing down my neck. So I probably would have been better off not taking that race. Because I've not needed the money. I was thinking that when I got to the final destination, I'd be able to rest up first before taking on the race as like an extra drive. Wasn't expecting it to go straight into it. Yeah, he is just going through cars. Because that makes sense.
Always on your own. A lone wolf, huh? You're not fooling anyone. We both know that you can't stand being on your own. Humans tend to get lonely without a partner, and loneliness leads to desperation. I can see inside of your mind, Jackalope. I see it clear as day.
Thank you, Rorschach. I had no control there.
What just happened? That glare, the crash, the voice. Did you lose? Between the questions popping up in your head, there's also a glimpse. Your past life comes to you. You were a racer, and a great one at that. A true champion. Looking down from the heights of your fame, other people seemed so little, so insignificant. No wonder you ended up hurting someone. Badly. Unforgivably. For no reason. Trapped in a burnout pit, crushed by guilt. You wanted to run away, and there's more to that memory, but your time is up for now. You die.
Huh. So I don't make it to the end, I lose. I make it to the end, I die. You ran when recognized by some old woman. You returned the locket to its owner. You forgave a dying man. You have the right to do this. It felt like the right thing to do. Elusive stuntman. Didn't say I failed, though. Kind of a weird way of doing a recap of literally just taking a screenshot every few seconds. Like, UI included is kind of the weird part. I don't know. I think there's more acts to it. UI is Canyon. New quest, bet. More opponents in races. I can now drive a hot rod. Static police patrols. Oh god. Police blockades in police chases. Roadblocks level 1. Okay, so Act 2. There is... It's not just that on repeat. I mean, it is just that on repeat, but there's more to it than just being that on repeat. That makes sense. What are the rumors around you? My best friend was not imaginary. Different repeats. Right,
There's
Act 2.
speed, a blinding glare, a car crash, the pain. Then you die.
As the Canadian Civil War close the Mexican border.
The same nightmare. The same day. What's happening? That blue racer. Maybe he has the answers.
Calling it now, that blue racer is me. Same car. Immediately killed myself. Like zero hesitation. Just immediately. Yeah, it's all in my head. Yeah, this is the same drive from the first run that I did, but now it's got potholes in it. Is that to signify that my memory is falling apart? As I relive the same thing over and over? It's a little bit worse every time. They say that about dreams, right? Or like memories. Every time you remember something, something's just not quite as clear as it was the last time. Over time, it just wears out. I guess if you want to preserve your best memories, never remember them. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. It's slightly blue around me.
She's crazy, magnificent, strong, a speed vessel made out of lightning.
I might be wrong, but like the details in the road seem a little bit blue, not just white. It's around my car.
In any way, shape, or form, anyone who
Am I seeing things?
come close to that beautiful monster, the woman who like swooshed right past these mindless guys in blue like a ghost. It's almost as if she's done that already. You know, maybe she did in her past life, or she's like the Jackalope reincarnated, you know? Because I could swear that... I mean, she's just too damn fast. It's unreal, man.
Don't see anything. It might just be me.
Unreal.
It just looked like just around my car just had a very, very faint blue to the white. Maybe that was always there.
Interstate Jackalope, on the road once again.
Or I'm just seeing things.
On your own, as always. Your mind wanders to the one most important friendship in your life. Your childhood friend.
So it never gave me an option for picking the most important friendship as someone met later in life. It was either childhood friend or it was like family or relationship or something like that. It was never like someone that you met later. Is kind of weird. You can meet someone later in life and they'll be your best friend. It doesn't have to be someone that you've known years. There's a few options that are missing from those choices. So even though it says childhood friend, in my case, I'm picking someone from a little bit later.
Ever since you were kids, you supported each other, always close, inseparable even, and it still lasts. Having that in your life is simply priceless. It means you have something to fight for. Time to go.
Okay, starting from the same place again. Are we still going down to... Oh, we're going somewhere else. Ooh, we are going to... Albuquerque. Time to cook. What's going to be the nicest way there? I guess going across and down. When are we going to Winnipeg? We can't go into Canada, so we are not going to Winnipeg. The problem with going across the top, it's nice because it's direct, but this last drive is going to be very bad for my alertness. I think Winnipeg's... Is it British Columbia? It's like this left half of Canada. Yeah, I think the joke in The Simpsons is it's a long way away. I think it's probably going to be better for me if I go down this diagonal. Just so I've got some like nicer hops on the way. Police don't like me in Indiana though still. Alright. We 69 again. Oh, I have to drive past this one, it's a static. Take the race. I've got enough money for now, but I'm not going to have enough money to just pay my way to the end, so I guess I take the early race. I have no idea if the races get harder the longer you go for a drive. At least I'm alert. Come on, Susan.
Speed double from the radio. Let's see who's faster. What? When? How'd you do that? Wait!
Last one is 3 real hours. Oh, so it's like Jamie Olmeyer's session on the Goliath. Trying to get one good lap.
If I win, I'll make the news, right? That'd be cool.
I think I've annoyed Jamie He's struggling to catch up. The Goliath in Horizon, the laps we're doing is like 11 minutes. 11 and a half. It was longer because we were using stupid cars. Yeah, I was just going to bed yesterday and I just got an angry gif from him, just being like, how dare you? Alright, well, there's not as much actual driving in this game as I thought there would be. But I'm enjoying this. I thought I saw someone in the oncoming lane, so I went to the outside. There wasn't. Oops, Susan's catching up. And now she's not. If the good music and randomly generated interactions. And my abysmal driving.
I have this friend, Becky. We've known
Sorry.
each other since childhood, real.
Oh, they pulled off the road.
When fame found me, I ruined everything. Once, I got wasted and told Becky her newborn daughter was grosser than Kissinger's soul. Then literally pissed on her husband and on her wedding cake. Yeah, great party. That ended our
What?
friendship. She cut me off. Go figure. Yet when I hit rock bottom, Becky came back. Don't ask me why. She held my hand during detox, got me through the divorce, drove me to rehab. I apologized like 100 times. She said nothing, but didn't leave. I hope Becky's not listening to this last dance of mine. Wouldn't want her to worry.
Alright, so the radio stations are picking up on the choices that I make in the pre-story things. Hey, all perfect. Okay, what's up? Officer didn't care? Okay.
They arrived in 1946 from Poland via Sweden. Then
Sweden.
fucking Montana. The atrocities they suffered through. Before the war, they were this big traditional Jewish family. Not very wealthy, 9 children, grandparents, and an aunt. 14 people total in 5 rooms. Can you imagine? Only 4 of them have survived the camps. The parents and 2 daughters. My sis befriended the girls, Miriam and Sarah. They were regular teenagers, very witty, with the thickest accent I've ever heard. But there were those moments, they were there all happy when someone has said something that triggered a fucked up memory. And they faded. In a moment, like candles blown out by the wind. It was pretty obvious the trauma will never go away.
got 7 hours. I want to be heading down left. Explore. $20 if I can go 2 drives in 7 hours. Ooh. Maybe? Depends if I get distracted by anything. I have the money to pay for rest first. Although, do I get to take the bet and then rest? Although resting is going to eat into my time. That's going to be like over half of the time, actually. If I rest for 4 hours, I've got 3 hours then to do 2 drives. So I need to not rest. I think focus-wise I can make it, Tennessee. That's a little bit out of the way, though. Sure. So St. Louis, Memphis. Drive a little faster. Radio first.
As the interstate jackalope is still successfully avoiding capture, the same can be said about his mythical counterpart and source of his nickname, a rabbit with antlers or horns, commonly known as the jackalope. The creature's been talked about as early as the 13th century, but nowadays the scientists maintain that the alleged jackalopes are simply rabbits infected with a rare virus, an infection that causes horn-like tumors to grow from the animals' heads. Still, many insist that jackalopes are real, and that they're not only fast, but also aggressive and even capable of mimicking human voices. Whether that's true, proof is yet to be seen. Dean Spencer, TN Daily.
Didn't make the East Coast accessible. They might. It might be accessible later on. We'll see. Oh, my focus is already very low. Full stop. If I want to take this bet, I need to not stop here. A full stop is a terrible idea.
You're tired. So fucking tired.
I've probably just
Hands
crashed.
Are shaking. Head's about to explode. Something's about to snap inside of you, irrevocably. You're on the edge, wanting to tear the steering wheel out of the dashboard. Everything that's happened so far, all this shit, the good things, the horrible things, the fear, all of it. You just want it gone. You want to vanish. You want to...
I would scream.
You scream your lungs out, but only for a brief moment. You have to leave. Now.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Speeding. I didn't mean to explore.
The pizza delivery boy had a little mishap while passing you by on the street, hurt his ankle, said his dad would throw him out if he loses yet another job. He begs you to make the delivery, so you took the pizza because...
I took the pizza because I was hungry or I could use a tip. I can't be wasting time. But it'll probably give me the focus back. Sorry, I can't turn down pizza.
It's delicious. No regrets.
I'm so sorry. You gain negative reputation. Decreasing your reputation will make encountering the black market in cities more likely and unlock occasional story choices. How much time have I got? 2 hours 24 minutes? That's a really weird way of putting that. 02 24 hours. That to me reads as 2 days and 24 hours out of $20. Maths. Let's take the 55.
So, me and Amy were on board the L train, and we see this 40-something dude sitting down next to this blonde who's there by herself. Hey, sweetheart, what you reading? Why so sad? The girl's like clearly uncomfortable, but too polite to tell him to beat it. I see him touch her knee, and I'm so over it. So fucking over it. Me and Amy, we grab him. I'm fucking furious. Guy's clearly scared. I spell it out to him how fucking rude that was and kick him out at the next stop. The girl, she's in shock seeing girls standing up to a dude like that. Well, ladies, yes, you can. They don't listen, make 'em.
I can't take it. Okay. Got kind of lucky there. Falling stars.
The road before you is wide and empty. The night is peaceful, and Meltdown FM is playing your song. The car basically drives itself. You look to the right to discover you've been speeding alongside the falling stars. Weird season for Perseids. You hit the gas and start racing them, thinking about...
Yeah, if it was me, I'd probably just drive. Just not thinking about anything. And then eventually pass mistakes. We'll get it. No, why? I didn't see any consultation on that. I didn't see anything in the mod chat being asked about whether that should be added or not. So that's fantastic. Like, Pioneer Percent was a nice meme category, but at least it's on the extensions board and not on the main one. I'm not going to submit for it, though. Think about some good stuff. Did I make the bet? Animal cruelty.
A loud crack of something breaking, followed by drunken cheers. It's coming from the zoo. Damn your curiosity. You stop the car to investigate. Turns out a bunch of Riley fans, followers more like, already managed to rescue half of the menagerie. Would you like to live behind bars? Well, would you? But that one cage just won't give in. You're pretty sure the orangutan kept inside just gave you the finger. They want you to tie a rope between your car and the cage door and step on the gas. Are you in?
Sure. I guess we're going like high wanted level on this run. Be free, raccoons. Did I get the bet money then? Was I too late? It's fully west from here. Man, I passed up on things and a better route to do that challenge, and I didn't get anything for it.
When my papa was sad, he'd make a face like he'd just smelled a horrible fart and go about his day. Mama, same. And if something really bad did, like, actually happen, my parents would be like, "Oh no, what is this? Sudden blindness." And they'd pretend nothing's happened. Like with Minnie's death. They flushed her down the toilet when I was at school. But did it ever occur to them to invite me to her funeral? Nope. Instead, they lied to me that she's still alive. She's swimming in the Bahamas, hon. Yeah, right. I know she's dead, motherfuckers. Sis had told me last week.
They just named their toilet the Bahamas. Fear is decently behind me. We're going Fort Smith. Also, the cavalry percent. I tried doing that with the regular route that we had for Burnout License at the time, and it was actually unbeatable. So I assume there's a way of doing it with some better event choices. More stunt runs. The races just become impossible. I think it was Spaghetti Western or something that goes across the bridge at the bottom of the map, and you just get overtaken by everything no matter how well you drive in the corners before. Heads Up was impossible. That one's difficult enough just doing Pioneer. I know, because Nim and I were doing Pioneer percent at first, and it worked out for us the first few times that we tried it, and then when we went back to do it again a little while later, neither of us could get through that first try. Heads Up just became a wall that you got stuck on for like 5 or 6 retries before you got lucky. Kinda low on money. There's opportunities for money going the other way, but I'm gonna have to make it back up north again. Yo, Morg, how you doing? Should you put all the cars in between? What, like mesquite percent and things? I don't think so. I mean, cavalry percent makes sense as a meme category because it is the starter car. Pioneer percent was just a meme because it was just you got all these sports cars in Burnout, and then suddenly you get this massive SUV show up, and it's just like a little bit out of place. So it kind of just became a joke between Nim and I to just like, we should use that because it's still like decently early in the game. The rest of the cars, I don't think so. I mean, it would have been fun to do Inferno Van percent or like 4x4%, but they unlock so late, you'd have to use them for elite license, basically. At which point, you need to use all the other cars for elite license anyway, so you can't. Getting category extensions for every single vehicle? No. No. US 40. I mean, better handling the SI-7's the biggest joke in the game.
Tracks for criminals. The Jackalope not only continues to evade American law enforcement, but also engages in racing competitions on our very roads. It appears they are willing to disregard any speed limit in order to beat their opponent. The police ask all drivers to remain vigilant and immediately report any Jackalope sightings to local authorities. And so the high-speed chase that gripped the entire country continues, with no finish line in sight. Dean Spencer, TN Daily.
No, Morg, not every single one. It doesn't work. I need money. Hey Anna, thanks for the consideration.
That damn fridge.
I kind of moved it so that people that raid me have to be someone that I'm following. I don't like that I've got it set that way, but at the same time, like, I've had a bunch of people raid me before where it's just been so awkward because I have no idea who they are, what their stream is. I appreciate the gesture, but it's really awkward as a streamer to let's just try and, like, I have no idea like what community has just joined me, and I'm just sat here going, hi, yeah, I'm playing a game. Like, it's better for my own sort of mental state to just I like to restrict it to just the people that I know what to expect from the people, because they're people that I watch. And, you know, ultimately that means that I probably don't grow as much as a streamer, which I'm absolutely fine with that. No, I appreciate the gesture though. Hope you're well. Yeah, I'm checking out this game. It's interesting. No, Jag, I think it came to a head when one of the charity marathons was doing speedrunning, and they hosted me afterwards. I had no idea what marathon it was. I had no idea what they were raising money for, anything. And I was asking the people that, like, asking the guy that raided, like, the channel itself was in chat. And every time I asked a question about what they were doing, I got so little in response. I was kind of sat there going, I feel like a dick for not sort of being like, oh, it's great that you're raising money for who? What? I just didn't have enough information. The soundtrack is fantastic for this. Every vehicle for every burning route alone is a pain. Yeah. Having run Elite. Yeah. So I only have the option of fighting. Interesting. All right, goodbye, focus.
Everything happened so fast. Painful blow to your stomach. Frankie yelling, "Ah, you broke my fucking nose." Pete's raw fury. Then the gun goes off. You run to the car. Frankie falls to the ground, bleeding. Pete's running away.
I mean, he's bleeding, so... Not going to be a dick to him. Yeah, I mean, I've had it where a long time ago I was raided by someone that I stopped watching a long time ago and really didn't get on with them much at all. Hadn't spoken to them in quite a while. And then suddenly out of nowhere they raid me. And I'm just thinking like, you are the last person that I want to speak to right now. I'm not saying that out loud, but like in my head I'm just like, I have to be nice to a community of people that I don't want anything to do with. Ugh. It's easier for me to just sort of not restrict that. No, you're not doing anything wrong. It's just I'm using quite a rare setting actually. I think it's just for me. It's nothing personal or anything that you're doing wrong. Right. My focus is incredibly low. I guess we're taking the cigarettes. I don't have any money for cigarettes. Well, we're crashing into a tree. Barely slipped by them. I'm not even stopping for them.
Let's talk about the facts of the
I have zero focus now.
Festival. The only thing we know for sure.
This is my first run as well.
At least 28 deaths covered up by the promoters. Even I,
this is Act 2.
Have the testimony of a witness whose cousin knew a man who saw
third actual like attempt.
Corpses over the fence, so the police wouldn't be able to pin anything on Woodstock.
A
literal drug bazaar.
Yeah, I think it's quote space ad space. Don't put the quotation marks in.
The documented appearance of at least one lizard man. Oh, and Adolf Hitler, though it's still unclear whether he was in his human or lizard form.
Human or that is Alex Jones. That is Alex Jones. If you die on like Act 2, 3, 4, whatever, do you have to go all the way back to Act 1 or do you just restart that act? The last thing you remember is, yeah, I fell asleep behind the wheel. Oh, I guess I'm snoozing. Cool. Lost a few hours, the fear is catching up to me. I ran out of money and the fear is right behind me. Look like you can start Act 4 again. Okay, that's not so bad. Wait, what? When I had good reputation, I couldn't persuade the clerk. But with bad reputation, I also can't? Alright, police chase while I'm falling asleep. Half the budget went into hiring Alex Jones. Not worth it.
Dispatch, we have a visual on the suspect. Initiating the pursuit.
Alright, cool. Time to blink and then be in a tree. 8. Wow. I'm not suicidal, I'm just tired. Just be yourself. new governor of Louisiana. I mean, like, that sort of side of the American political system is going to be lost on a Brit like me. How did I not hit them? Ah. Go on. Ooh, I'm getting real sleepy. Which one's Riley? Is that the Rainbow Revolution or whatever it's called? It is? Yeah, she's alright. I think we're all just sort of collectively going, the fuck? At half the stuff in the radio broadcast, though. They're a bit out there.
This is getting serious, you guys.
Oh, speak of the devil.
I'm getting nervous, okay? And I don't like getting nervous. Not one bit. Fuck. I mean, I know she'll be fine. She has to be. Like, they got nothing on her. But some people want to get her. And it's not just the popo. The whole world wants
I read
to
that as the Pope
psycho
then.
on her. Throw into a meat grinder, form patties, and serve triple driver cheeseburgers at Burger Chef. Do you want her to become a fucking burger? No. Whoever wants her gone's gonna have to deal with us first. So keep your eyes open for the scum, because they're out there. But oh, we're gonna grind them. Hard. Shit, now I want a burger.
Oh, I want a burger. Backstories for the host are in there. Can I check that out from the next screen? I've not checked the character screen really at all. Ah, almost perfect. You escaped the police chase. Player panel. Want information about your story, encounters, choices, and broadcasts. Riley Reyes is one of a kind, and she makes sure everyone knows it. A high school dropout and runaway, Riley defied convention by establishing Rainbow Revolution, her own pirate station, at the age of 18. In just a year, she amassed a small yet fiercely loyal audience, known for their extreme dedication. Riley finds politics tedious, but when she holds an opinion, it's undeniably strong. She's anti-government, anti-religion, and anti-police while fervently supporting animal rights, women's rights, and queer rights. Riley's seemingly carefree attitude hides a person with struggles, something she rarely reveals to the public. Using sarcasm and outrageously crass humor to mask her true feelings and emotions, she makes it difficult to view her broadcast as a legitimate part of public debate. Upon hearing about a mysterious, incredibly fast driver who eluded a large-scale police chase, Riley quickly developed intense feelings for you. Oh my. Some might call it a crush. In her mind, she envisions you as a woman fighting for her most cherished values: freedom, anarchy, and independence. I'll go back to the other ones as I go rather than just dump a massive amount of talking. Alright, 2 more drives. I desperately need sleep, but I ran away from this place, so I'm going to be driving tired again. Fantastic. There's a street race ahead of you, $17 if you can win. I only have $2. So I kind of need it. But at the same time, I'm kind of already half in bed at this point. Yes, it's a good thing that Alex Jones doesn't have a crush on me. I think I'm going to have to go for the race, just be sleepy. Anna, how long have you been playing this then? Because it's been out for a few weeks at this point. Started yesterday. All right. Yeah, I was going to get started on it a little bit earlier, but I was forced to play through Alien Isolation, which was an experience. Oh boy. About 5 hours to go through Act 2 to 5. I mean, I'm at 2.5 hours and still in Act 2 and probably going to fail if I end up crashing into a tree again. That was close. Thought I liked it. What, Alien? I did like it. It was still an experience. Literally beating these guys while falling asleep at the wheel. What you saw from Aliens was one clip. Surprisingly few clips from Alien, actually.
Careful, everyone! There's Psycho driving on the wrong lane.
If I can think of any moments, I should go back and go and make some. Oh, are you heading off? All right, well, thanks for stopping in. Good luck with your playthrough as well. That's a bus. Falling asleep and reading chat and still beating these guys. I looked at very little information on this game before picking it up and really wasn't sure what to expect coming into it. This has been a nice little adventure.
Do you believe in reincarnation? 'Cause I feel like
I started a little bit earlier in the week just to get a head start on the weekend because Sunday I'm probably going to be watching F1. I think the race is like... Is it 7 p.m. or 9 p.m. my time? I can't remember. It falls in stream hours, so I won't be streaming Sunday.
Listen up, folks. A full refund of all legal expenses for the man who dares to stop the interstate jackalope. That's my offer. The jackalope is a menace, a threat to society, a commie and a scoundrel. He has violated more laws than Charles Manson at this point. He must be stopped.
Emmett Landry.
So do whatever it takes, whatever's necessary. You want to arrest the bastard? Great. Want to crash his car? Fine by me. No other option than to shoot him dead? Go for it. Shoot him. This round's on me. A get-out-of-jail-free card. Just get him off the roads and off the news. For good.
You know, I'd be on the news less if you stopped talking about me. 100% style? We've won the race, but at what cost? No. Yep, I tried. Oh, you're the guy. There we go.
Dispatch, we have a visual on the suspect. Initiating the pursuit.
Oh, I got to evade 5 times. Or last like just under 3 minutes. Woo! I'm so tired I can't listen to the radio. Oh, this is getting bad. I didn't think to stock up on Monster or something before heading out. Hey, name drop. Desperate lack of cliffs I can fall off. Maybe if I end up driving over to California or something. No. Grand Canyon DLC. What state is the Grand Canyon? Maybe I'll make a detour through there one run. If it's on the way. There's a lot of things in the US that I don't know what state they're in. I know the borders, the middle is kind of just a blur. Arizona. I could believe that. No, my fear. I can't reach it on this drive. But it's within the space that I can drive in. So maybe one of the roads will be canyon themed. Instant death if you drive off the side. Was it like playing games done quick? I mean, Nim and I ran at ESA, which is the European equivalent of Games Done Quick. Neither of us has ever actually been to a GDQ event. But basically the same thing. Depends on the runner. For me, it's always pretty nerve-wracking because I hate public appearances.
Run back to Africa? Board a magical train to Neverland? Well, guess what?
But it's usually fun once the nerves disappear. If they disappear. I did buy a ticket to GDQ one time, but ended up not going. It was like 2018. I could not afford the flights. Yeah, Jag, you were saying earlier about the flights to Malmo right now. What kind of prices were you looking at? Don't worry about it, man. Like it's just a semantic thing. For all intents and purposes, they're the same thing. You're sat in front of a crowd doing speed runs on a main stage sort of thing.
You offer her a ride because you're sick of listening to the Steve Landry show. Her name's Ursula. She's traveling across the states to some writer symposium. You ask about her books, and when she starts talking, oh my, it's like entire new worlds opened up before you. Dragons, shadows, wizards, myths, spaceships, heroines, new planets, utopian political systems. Just listening to her stirs your imagination like nothing else has in a long time.
How am I able to even listen to her? I'm basically falling asleep at this point. Relaxing is not the right choice to make. I don't know, like, if you've got two different routes that both work out to roughly the same kind of time when you do them, like, just not like best case. If you've got two runs that like average out to working about the same amount of time, it could be interesting to do two different routes on stream. But at the same time, with a game like Burnout, the people watching have no idea what's going on after the first few events. Like, once the routes have diverged, it's just, you're both just playing a racing game and eventually one of you finishes. I think that's why Nim and I ended up going with the same route, because we both had different ideas of what we wanted to do at the time, I think. I wanted to put more races in, he wanted to put more Marksman events in. I think that was around the time we were making that decision. And it kind of worked because, like, when you've normally got like a speedrun race going on, like, whoever's in first, people will see what happens, and then whoever's coming up behind, they'll be like, oh, we know what to expect. So it's like, is he gonna like fall for the same trap as the person in front? Like, you know, that kind of thing. Two different routes in Burnout, there is none of that. Someone to keep track of the number of wins left. Yeah, don't do what we did and just like forget where we were on our route sheets. That was the other thing they're good at is crashing into the ground.
Yes, he's working for the Russians, but that doesn't mean he's not a true American patriot. He simply believes in mutual assured destruction. These satellites, if operational, would upset the balance between NATO and the USSR, and that means World War III. So maybe hand him over the parts and he'll worry about the world peace. He'll be rewarded.
He's working for the Russians. Satellite parts. I don't think handing him the parts is the best idea. That's going to increase wanted level. You're not the only one who's... we don't usually use a route sheet whenever we're running. We've usually just got our splits open. But because we're working on single screen systems when we're there, we weren't able to have like splits open to see where we were and what event was next. So we just had a printout of all of the event names. But neither of us remembered we should probably actually mark like which one we're on. And there's one point in the route where you go down to up to Country Club, do an event that leaves, and then the next event comes back to the Country Club. So you do like this small loop on the map. And we kind of just forgot that loop. So we were 2 events short. I'm going to destroy the parts. None of these were going to give me any focus. Oh, can I please. I can rest for focus. Maybe I can, like, buy something. A cigarette is all I need.
For a sip of soda. You had no intention of laughing at the kid, his stupid mask, and his stupid cape. But you did. The situation escalated.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Now you're standing in the corner of a wrestling ring located in a defunct cold room in the back of a convenience store. A 12-year-old lion glares at you with rage. His friends are chanting, "Fight, fight, fight." You can easily win the fight and the money. You can also lose, because why would you beat a 12-year-old kid in front of his potential future girlfriend?
Do I beat the shit out of a 12-year-old? I hope Twitch doesn't actually listen to streams. No. The video game. Go on, kid. I don't have enough money to rest. Sure, I've been sleep deprived this entire time. We'll be fine. I'm going to be falling asleep in the final race. Only if his name's Kuno. Please, some money opportunity on the way. The best fertility clinic in town.
You stop to stretch your legs, and suddenly you find yourself in the middle of a conflict. The situation is dynamic, but you gather this much. A husband and a wife were just informed of a successful in vitro procedure. Then a particularly vicious pastor, supported by his most fervent followers, decide to let the pair know what they think about their happy moment. You jump out of the car and get in the preacher's face. No need to punch him, though. Words are enough to shut him up.
We're at this party, me and my ex, right? I'm high as fuck after snorting a ton of coke in the bathroom. And when I say a ton, I mean a ton. Like, my body's amazing. And suddenly, there's cops at the door. I hear the cops say something like, "Neighbors complaining about the alligator," and I'm like, I gotta bail.
Alligator?
So I run straight through a closed glass door into the backyard pool, out and over the fence. Completely forgot there's a slope there. So I fall down 16, maybe 18 feet, break into my own car, short-circuit it, and floor it onto the highway. All of it in less than 2 minutes. You escaped the cops, Jackalope? Congrats. But beat this.
I don't know if I want to. No. $5. Fine. Freddy's Fear Farm. Am I spending 5 nights?
No gas, no stations or people around. Only a sign. Freddy's Fear Farm. That's how you've ended up here, in the scary cowshed. It reeks in there, and to make matters worse, Freddy isn't exactly thrilled seeing another tourist. Says he's had enough
How the rich see finds.
Particularly gruesome decoration. He ignores your question about the gas and asks you instead, if there's no God, who's there to judge us? You ponder the question while looking at the giant cleaver Freddy's holding in his right hand.
Other people.
He smiles and swings at you.
No, my focus.
You make a run for it and make it out alive. Barely.
I had no focus left. Fell asleep. No, the fear.
The end of the line. Again. The opponent's here as well. You can hear a steady, passive-aggressive roar of the other car's engine. Who is your rival anyway? Where did they learn to drive? How long have they been waiting? How did they know you're coming? None of this matters. You just want to finally win this race. You almost succeeded last time. This time around, you'll be smarter, faster. This time, you'll make it.
Almost succeeded last time. I mean, last time I kind of just merged into their car and then it ended. Canyon. Oh, we're at the bottom of the canyon. That's less fun. Want to watch me fall up a canyon? Okay, I'm not a fan of the fact that the sky has gone blood red. Squeeze.
So you've experienced loss, death in the family. How very, very sad.
That is exactly how the driver feels, Bot.
Eternity in a cage to chew on it. Just you, your trusty car, and a never-ending nightmare starring your dead relative. What do you say?
Big Bot's always on point. I am surrounded by a bubble.
That glare, that
Now
voice.
I'm dead.
Not again. As you fall into the abyss again, you realize your failures were no coincidence. Something's up. Someone's stopping you from defeating this strange driver. And unless you win, you'll be stuck in this loop. Why is this happening? What's with that voice? Why can't you remember your past? Questions still echo in your mind as everything around you grows darker. I have to try again, is your last thought before dying.
Developed a true AI but won't confess to it. So one of the things that the bot's got, which I've not made use of properly yet, is it does actually do voice commands. So I can actually have it respond to specific things that I say. The problem is, like, my speech is slurred enough as it is that I'd find the perfect time to say exactly the right words to trigger it and have like the best thing, and it just wouldn't respond because it'd be like, what? Roadblock ramming, what was that? Okay, it's waiting because I waited on this choice for ages. You could have trimmed it down. Too hard to understand for a human. Is my accent even that British? I don't have like the London Windsor accent or a strong like Liverpool or Manchester accent. I just kind of talk. Like most people in the UK can't place where I'm from. I don't sound like I'm from any particular place. But to someone not British, I assume I probably do still sound British compared to like American. New car, European. Do I try a different car? It's potentially a risk. I'm gonna have to get used to how that handles. Don't sound like anything. I'm just silent. Right, Act 3. It looks like there is only 4 acts. I'm going to quickly look up and see if there is just 4 acts in this. Because if there's only 2 acts left, I might just call it for tonight and do the rest tomorrow. If there's more, then I'll continue. Okay, I tried searching for heading out Act 5 and I get what happens in Act 5 of Macbeth. This is all about Macbeth. Right, it seems there is just 4 acts. Yeah, the circles do get a bit longer each time, which makes sense. Like each act you expect it to be a little harder, a little bit of a longer drive. But if I end up doing Act 3 now and I manage to get through it, then I don't have time to do Act 4 as well tonight. But if I come back and do just Act 4 on its own tomorrow, that's probably going to be like an hour and a half long stream, which is not particularly worth my time. So I think I'll end it here for tonight. I'll come back tomorrow and do the rest. It'll be a slightly longer stream tomorrow. I don't have a work meeting, so I should be able to get started at about the same time, so like 7:30ish. Right, well, I do have time for more tonight, but I don't have time for that little or that much. I don't know. So it's been a bit of a short one. Thank you for stopping by and checking this game out. This has been fun. I'll hopefully be able to stream tomorrow. I'm sure something will end up coming up that I don't want, but we'll see. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Good night.